Hello YouTube, it's Lang here with Hobbies and Man once again, and today we're going to be doing another comic book video review type thing. Today we're going to be looking at the Wastelanders one-shots. There is Wastelanders Wolverine, Wastelanders Hawkeye, Wastelanders StarLord, Wastelanders Doom, and Wastelanders Black Widow. Sorry about that. So, I think these came out early this year, late last year in the December, January situation, time period. And each of these is written by a bunch of different people. Let me see. Yeah, this was made between October and November of last year, so it probably did come out around December. And usually I try to write down something that I'm going to say about each of them, but I just finished reading them right now, so I don't really have like the need to write anything down. But also I was just reading these because I'm trying to clear out my comic book collection, get rid of all the stuff that I've read and not liked, and this definitely falls into that category, like the category of things I'm getting rid of. But it's not necessarily because I dislike them, it's just the fact that they don't really add anything to my collection right now. So I got these because I was interested in the Old Man Logan world. I had never read the story, but I watched the Logan movie and I knew enough about the story to not feel confused. It also explains the story of Old Man Logan at the beginning of each of these books. And I thought they were all going to be interconnected. I thought it was some sort of event. Turns out it's not. And, well, I just spent, $4 times 5, $20 on these one-shots. And they're really not connected to each other at all. They're just kind of in the same universe, and you're following vastly different characters. And I'm disappointed because I thought it was an event, but it's not. The first one is pretty good. It stands alone. I mean, it's pretty good as far as one-shots go, as in, like, it manages to tell a story, but it doesn't really, like, feel satisfying at all. But this one deals with Wolverine as he basically does a lone wolf and cub situation with this little Hulkling character who he calls Bruce, after Bruce Banner, I'm guessing. And we just see him going through this desert wasteland as he kind of carries the kid with him, and he has a small altercation that he beats, that he like overcomes quickly with a few different characters, some Ghost Riders, and then the actual evil character of this issue, which is this power armored individual which has adamantium armor, and it turns out to be Bruce Banner. So there's nothing special about this, but it was at least satisfying, and because it was the first one, I was willing to kind of let it go. But well, it just goes downhill from here. So this one is the Hawkeye one, and I actually found this one to be okay. I didn't really like it, but I didn't really dislike it either. Hawkeye is fighting Kane Marco, the what's his name? Colossus? No, that's the good guy from X-Men. Let me see what his name is. The Juggernaut. And he's fighting him, and he's losing, so Daredevil shows up to help him, and they manage to incapacitate the Juggernaut enough for him to not be a problem for the next 20 years or so. And then we get a time skip to where he's training with Daredevil, and they're kind of just interacting about something that I'm guessing was previously set up in Old Man Logan, or in any of the Old Man Logan related titles that happened before, where Daredevil taught Hawkeye how to be able to do anything even though he's blind. And then Hawkeye gets like a special mission, which is a training mission, and it's just to go get Elektra a bunch of flowers because it's Elektra and Daredevil's anniversary or something. And it wasn't bad. I liked the art style, but I didn't find it to be very good either. And I think that this really is part of the problem I have with Marvel and DC, and it's that generally nothing I read feels important or consequential, because with DC, I know that in 2 years it's going to be irrelevant because they reboot and reboot and reboot and reboot all the time. And with Marvel, it's just I pick up all these events because I think that they're going to matter, and then the 5 issues are up, and then it doesn't actually do anything to to any of this story. So like, on one hand, it's inconsequential for DC because they restart, and on the other hand, it's inconsequential because it doesn't affect anything, right? I guess like the Spider-Man events affect stuff, but like I don't really follow Spider-Man. I did one run of Spider-Man, and I haven't even finished reading it because I had a difficulty with collecting it, and I'm not sure which issues I'm missing and which ones I need to pick up yet. But the point is that like a lot of the issues I have with Marvel and DC just keep occurring kept occurring as I was reading these, and I ended up just not enjoying myself. So this one is the StarLord one. This one has nothing to do with the other two, and the previous one had nothing to do with the other one either. But this one follows StarLord as he's kind of trying to visit the Xavier Institute, and he's assaulted by all of these visions of guilt, of people that are telling him that he did wrong, that he wasn't there when they needed him and stuff like that. And it all turns out to be this evil character called the Black Man, the Dark Man, the something like that. Let me see. What is it called? Sorry, I can't find it. Let's see. The Shadow King, which is this like genie-esque character. Well, he beats him because he beats him, and that's all there is to it. And then he renames his ship the Pride instead of the Milano, and I didn't like this one at all. I found no interest in what was happening with this one. This one was the Doom one, and well, this one was okay. I'm not a Fantastic Four reader. I don't know too much about Doctor Doom, besides the fact that he's just like yoked as fuck and badass. But I found this one to be kind of interesting. We are in Doctor Doom's territory in the Wastelands, and he goes up to some people that are attacking him. He beats the shit out of them, and then moves on to somewhere else. And he realizes that people aren't, that his robots aren't actually in these areas, and he tries to figure out why. And it turns out that Baron Mordo is there and doing some magic shit to kind of carve out his own little kingdom within the Doom lands, right? And so while they have a bit of a magical altercation, and Agatha Harkness shows up for a brief moment, and that's all there is to it. I like this one a bit. I mean, I don't know. It was fun. I like the art style, but I don't know. I wasn't really invested in any of it. And then this is the Black Widow one, and I think this one was just there because it kind of has a vibe similar to the movie. There's like a scene at the beginning of this that is similar to the Black Widow movie, and then it's just like, Yelena is significantly worse than her sister at the end of the story, and they're fighting the Lizard, like the Spider-Man villain, she's fighting him because she's trying to save her significant other, and then she realizes that her significant other doesn't have any legs anymore, and she can't carry him out, so she just kills him. And it's like, why the fuck did I read this then? What was the point of this fight? And I don't know. I just didn't enjoy myself overall with this set of stories. I would keep one or two of them, but I want to sell them as a set because I feel like that's going to be more meaningful than selling each of them individually. So I'm trying to get back something, right? Even a minuscule amount of money back for the money I wasted on these. And hopefully it works out. But yeah, I think Marvel comics really are just not for me. Or at least not like individually, single issues. There are definitely some Marvel comics that I'm willing to read in collected editions. All of the King in Black stuff, the Venom stuff, seems interesting. And there's a lot of Spider-Man stories that I would like to read. But, man, it's Marvel just feels so expensive and so not worth it at the same time. I'd rather just watch the TV shows and watch the movies, because I mean, at least those are like generally consequential to each other, and all of the other stuff, all of the comic books are really not. So I don't know. It's a kind of a downer of a video, but I really don't have much else to. I don't really have anything particularly positive to say about these. So yeah, if you guys have read these or have read Marvel Comics in general, let me know down below. Let me know if there's anything worth checking out coming out right now, currently, as I release this video. And let me know some of your favorite collected stories, so I can start to try to develop my my Marvel library, because right now I have like 2 Marvel titles in my library, and everything else is DC and Image, because, well, the DC standalone kind of graphic novels are pretty good. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, even if it was a big downer of a video. And yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and see you guys later.